Every night at exactly 1:36 a.m., my dog sits by the front door, not barking, not scratching, just waiting, like he knows someone is about to come inside. The problem is, no one ever knocks. I live in a quiet neighborhood outside Salem, Oregon. Small house, dead-end street, no heavy traffic, no late-night noise. It's just me and my black Labrador, Shadow. Shadow is calm, friendly, not anxious, not aggressive. But 3 months ago, something changed. The first night it happened, I woke up randomly and noticed my bedroom door was open. I always close it before sleeping. I walked into the hallway and saw Shadow sitting at the front door, perfectly still, staring at it. The digital clock on the oven read 1:36 a.m. "Shadow?" I whispered. He didn't move. I assumed maybe he heard a raccoon outside. I looked through the peephole. Empty porch, still street, no movement. When I reached for the handle to show him nothing was there, he growled. Low, warning growl. Not at the door, at my hand, like he didn't want me opening it. That was the first time I felt uneasy. The next night, I stayed awake. At 1:35 a.m., Shadow was asleep beside the couch. At 1:36 a.m. exactly, his head snapped up. He slowly stood and walked to the front door. Same position, same stillness, same stare. I checked the security camera footage the next morning. At 1:36 a.m., the porch light flickered once, just once. No person, no animal, but for a single frame, there was a shadow across the door, taller than the frame itself, distorted, like something leaning too close to the camera, then gone. Night 3, I tried something different. At 1:34 a.m., I stood by the door before Shadow could move. 1:35, nothing. 1:36, a soft sound came from outside. Not a knock, not footsteps. Breathing, slow, close to the door. Shadow walked up behind me, but he wasn't looking at the door. He was looking slightly to the left of it, at the wall, like something wasn't standing outside, but inside the house already, right next to the door. Then came the whisper, muffled through wood. "Let me in." My blood ran cold. It sounded almost like my own voice. I stepped back. Shadow stepped forward and barked violently at the door. The breathing stopped instantly. The next morning, I checked something I hadn't thought about before. The previous owner. The neighbor across the street hesitated when I asked. "Oh," she said quietly. "You didn't hear?" "Hear what?" "The last owner used to open the door every night." I stared at her. "For who?" She swallowed. "He said someone was knocking at the same time every night." My stomach dropped. What happened to him? He disappeared. After that, I stopped going near the door at night, but Shadow never missed 1:36 a.m. Every single night, he'd sit there, waiting. One night, I made a mistake. I decided to record audio and sit in the dark. At 1:36 a.m., Shadow stood up as usual. The porch light flickered, and the breathing started again. But this time, there was a knock, 3 slow taps, then silence, then a whisper. "You forgot something." I felt dizzy, because suddenly I remembered something I had ignored weeks ago. The night I first moved in, I thought I heard someone knock. I opened the door,
no one was there. I shrugged it off, but now I realize that might have been the invitation. Last week, things escalated. At 1:36 a.m., Shadow didn't just sit. He blocked the door completely, body pressed against it, growling non-stop. The door handle slowly turned from the outside, very slowly, but the deadbolt didn't move because I never unlocked it. The handle stopped turning. Then came the final whisper. "You already let me in once." The hallway temperature dropped instantly. Shadow began backing away from the door, whimpering, not looking at it anymore, looking behind me. I turned slowly. The hallway was dark, but I saw something move at the end of it, a tall silhouette, standing where my bedroom door should be, head slightly tilted, watching me. Not trying to break in, because it wasn't outside. It had been inside ever since that first night. And 1:36 a.m. isn't when it tries to enter. It's when it checks if I remember. Last night, something changed. At 1:36 a.m., Shadow didn't just sit. He came to my bed and stared directly at me, growling, low, terrified, because the front door wasn't the problem anymore. It was the bedroom door. And when I checked the clock, it read 1:36, but I was already standing in the hallway, hand on the front door handle, and I don't remember getting out of bed. Shadow wasn't waiting for something to come inside. He was waiting to stop me from letting it